All right, here we are, another Sunday. State of mind. Who knows what's going to come out of my mouth? I have somebody today who actually very, very excited about. Um, I don't know. I just am. I mean, I'm excited about everybody, but Alison Sweeney, I'm just kind of a fan type of thing, you know. She's an award-winning actress, producer, director, author. She's written and published not mental.
Like a journey of post pregnancy, losing
Dang.
weight after having a baby, and
Health and fitness book.
health and fitness, and then also 3 fictional novels.
Son of a beehive. Really?
Yeah.
3 novels?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You probably best know her for Days of Our Lives, Sammy. Sonny wants to be with Sammy.
Sonny and Sammy would like light the town on fire. That would be a good time.
And you also know her from The Biggest Loser. We'll get more into all that because that's an amazing show
Yeah.
for many reasons.
Yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
Here in LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm from Pasadena.
Oh, you're from Pasadena.
Yeah.
And
I am my grandma was the little old lady from Pasadena.
and you, mother, father, still living? Or?
Yeah, my parents are still alive. They're still together.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many years have they been?
Gosh, I think it's more than 40 years of, well, no, it has to be 50 years of marriage. 50, 55 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think my mom and dad have been married. I'm gonna start getting choked up on this situation, but that's
yeah,
all right.
of course.
Like 60 years.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I mean, I've been married over 30.
I'm at 21.
You're 21. And you, any mental health and mental illness in your family or anything?
No, my mother's family were very Irish, and my mother's family, we had a lot of alcoholism in that side of the family. And, we grew up really aware of that as part of our heritage and part of our genetics. I mean,
Yeah.
even before like people were really talking about it, my mother was like making sure we all kind of knew that that was part of us, our family. And as a result, there was related issues, suicide from alcohol related, in extended family. And so, we kind of grew up with all those stories. But our core family, knock wood, hasn't affected us.
Whew. Yeah, alcoholism is, but a lot of times it coincides with mental illness.
Yeah.
And
right, it's they say it's right. You're self-medicating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I drank early on when I was in
Right.
high school, and I was the tough guy, and I liked to get in fights and get drunk and stuff. And then I drank a bit later.
Yeah.
But I don't drink anymore, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy because my daughter just got married, and it was
congratulations.
Thanks, that was great. And it was the first time ever that I've been at a party, at a function, a big function, and I'd had an ounce of
Wow.
a drink, and it was like, the thing is this: when I used to drink, I used to get dark. So I'm a lot happier without the darkness.
Right.
And then I don't have the hangover.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I will say this, if I did drink and did drugs, with what I've been through, there's no way I'd be here.
Right.
Because that's an added.
Sure, it's just right.
Yeah.
Complicating the problem. I mean, it's not
Yes.
fixing anything.
Yes. You and I know somebody, I can't get into
Yes.
that has both, and it's a killer.
It's heartbreaking too,
Heartbreaking, yes.
because you see, I mean, all the time. I'm sure everybody watching knows someone in their life.
Yes.
And you just, there's nothing you could do. I mean, what do you can't, they need to discover that for themselves.
Yes, yes, I get you. And you can't, if somebody doesn't want help,
Right.
that's the thing we just talked about.
Yeah.
I'm big on wanting help.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, that's something my wife says that she's like, that's the great thing about Maurice is he always wants help.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to feel that anymore.
I really admire that, actually. There's something so open and maybe strong about saying, I know that I need help here, and I'm willing to say that.
Yeah.
Like, and I said before we started rolling that I really struggle with that. I don't like to ask for help. But I am good about some things, like things I don't know. Like I have confidence in, like, for example, I have confidence at work. I know I'm good at my job, and I know what I'm good at. And so when I don't know something, I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to say, hey, I've never done this before. Will someone help me learn how? But for some reason with other things, like things I feel I should be good at, I guess, I hate admitting that I'm not. I hate asking for help about that.
That's interesting, yeah. Like I told you, just like my wife.
Yeah, yeah, you were saying.
But that's why it works with us, because she's always the one that has helped me.
Yeah.
But I don't, I got to be honest with you, though. If I was the type that didn't want help, I hate to bring this up again, like Kanye West, who doesn't take medication.
Right.
Let's say I didn't want to take medication. I don't need a...
Right.
I don't know how long my wife would have stuck it out.
Right.
Because that's not fair to her.
No, of course.
We're getting deep here. This is cool.
But also, so I have someone in my family who has ADHD, and I remember the pediatrician was saying, it's like saying to a kid who needs glasses. Like I needed glasses when I was in the 6th grade, and it would be like someone saying, oh well, you just go without it, tough it out, you'll be fine. No. You need glasses. You can't see. I can't see the chalkboard.
Right.
That kid cannot sit still. They need help.
What is ADHD?
Attention deficit and hyperactive
disorder. You're just always...
Yeah. So some kids manifest it in like hyperactivity, and they just can't sit still. Literally cannot sit still. And other kids, and they have like brain... they have done like analysis of the brain, like MRIs or whatever, where you can see that there is a part of their brain that is turned off, like when the topic isn't super fascinating to them. So I think, is it not Steve Jobs or
right.
someone really like in that computer, when it was about the computers, like their brain activates, it can fire, but it's for reading and math and dumb stuff they're not interested in. Their brain just can't carry that middle ground. And so the medicine helps turn, and look, like I'm not opposed to saying it's overprescribed, right? I mean, or overdiagnosed, I should say.
Yes.
I'm certainly aware of that and happy to have that conversation all the time. But I do think there are clinical cases of people who need the medicine that's available to them. And there's no shame in saying that. And you're right. If somebody really needs help and they're not willing to take the medicine to get it, that's really annoying.
It's annoying. Yeah,
now I have to suffer with you because you won't take your medicine? No thanks.
Yeah, it's like, well, in as far as being bipolar, and somebody like Kanye West, a lot of people feel like they can't be creative if they're taking medication.
But that might be true, right?
But I don't. Let me tell you something. I think I've done all right.
Well,
I've been taking medication for 30 years.
You're a good example, yeah.
So
do you think it's an excuse? Do you think?
Yes, I do.
I was afraid to say it out loud.
I do think it's an excuse.
Yeah.
Because when you're manic, yes, it's.
Yeah.
You feel like you're God.
Yeah.
And but you're gonna get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people do look at him. He's divorced, and I don't want to get into too much of that because I'm gonna get in trouble with people. But I'm
right. Hypothetical people in general.
Right. But you may think.
Right.
When I this is not where this conversation was gonna go, man. Oh my God. But this is cool. For instance, when I had my first breakdown, right? When I was in the mental institution and everything. But before I got into the mental institution, I was with my buddy, and he was sitting just like you are. He's since passed away, like a lot of my friends. And I said, I can read your mind, man. And we didn't know anything about bipolar.
Right.
I was just going through something.
Yeah.
And I remember I had smoked some weed. So he might have thought that that was,
Sure.
you know. I said, I can read your mind. And he says, shut up. I said, no, I can. And he says, go ahead. And I said, think of something. And he thought of something. And I said, blah, blah, blah. He goes, dude.
Wait, really?
I did, man. I read his mind, man. I asked, and my mom will tell you there was something happened with Phil Donahue and all this stuff. Then I said, think something again. And he did. And I said it. He ran into the room.
Wow.
He said, you're scaring me, dude.
Right.
And then the next day I went crazy. But
That's an amazing end to that story.
but you do, I understand why you would think. But listen, 30 years of taking lithium, haven't had another breakdown. I've had 3 in my life. Haven't had 4. And creatively, I've done well. So, and I haven't had to deal with another manic episode.
Right. Right.
Are we done now?
Problem solved.
All right. So you at 4 started acting. Mm-hmm. How the heck did you want to act, or were you a little bit forced to act?
No. So I kind of have a funny story. So as I said, I'm from here. So it was obviously like a totally different situation for my parents. And anyone who lives here knows you're surrounded by people who want to be actors, right? So I was 4 years old. In my preschool class, my teacher wanted to be an actress. And one day, randomly my mother picking me up from school, the teacher said, you should take your daughter on auditions. She's so funny and outgoing. She'd be great at it. And my mom sort of thought it was like funny and a joke, and didn't really didn't think that much of it. But my mother is a violinist. And she plays for the movie studios. She did all the feature film soundtracks on all the big movies for almost 40 years. And so she kind of had a peripheral experience with Hollywood. She sort of knew enough people that she got me an audition. She just sort of thought it would be funny. And I went in there with a red balloon. And my mom said if I made those people laugh or whatever, she said I might get a pony. And I was like, oh, I'm into the pony thing. So I went in and I got the job.
Wow.
And it was for Kodak. It was a national Kodak commercial. And I had to pretend like I was skiing. I was on a sled with my family. In July, we shot this like winter scene, and I almost overheated. And my mom was like, what am I doing? And I loved it. I loved it. From the moment the very first audition, I loved auditioning. I loved working. I loved everything about it. I booked a play when I was maybe 6 or 7, and of course this is before phones and everything, any technology, right? I just wanted to sit and watch the actors. I wanted to watch the grown-ups rehearse.
Really?
And I watched hours of them studying for this play. Like it was on Sepulveda. It was this off Broadway, off whatever. But I just wanted to do it. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a part of it. And so you and I, I'm sure, have both worked with plenty of kids where the mom is like, if you do it again, you'll get an ice cream cone, sweetheart. Yeah. My mother was like, I'll take you home right now. You don't work hard. You don't learn your lines.
That's beautiful.
You're disrespectful to anyone here. Like, we're out of here. And you're never doing it. Like, that was always the power dynamic, is that this was an opportunity and a lucky thing I got to do. But if I didn't respect it, I was out.
Wow.
And
at 16, you got...
Days of Our Lives. So then I was in high school and I wasn't working a lot. I went through an awkward teenage phase, right? And I didn't work a lot. And then my dad was really focused on my education. And he basically wanted me to quit acting. And so, or, auditioning at that point, I wasn't really working a lot. And so I just said, like, I can't quit auditioning, Dad. Like, the casting directors will forget who I am. Like, I just need to
So
audition once in a
you were
while.
good at auditioning?
Yeah, I liked it.
Why?
Yes.
Well, let me get into this a second.
Okay. I'm not now. It's weird, but it
Oh,
used
that
to be.
changed?
Yeah, it changed. But when I was a kid, I
Because you had no nerves?
No nerves. I loved it. I was so.
That's a,
I loved the challenge of winning people over in a room, but also there was nothing to lose. I mean, I worked with plenty of kids who were living at the Oakwood apartments and supporting their whole family.
Yeah.
Like I'm so grateful and lucky, but my parents had their, I didn't have to work to support my family. So there was no
pressure.
It was just, there was no pressure. It was just, did I learn my lines? Did I do the best I could do?
When did the nerves change?
As an adult.
But how did it change? I want to know that.
Well, because at Days of Our Lives, I didn't audition for 20 years. I mean, I was working full time, so I didn't really go out for stuff. But then, I guess that's not true. I auditioned a little bit, but it was hard to get work. And then there was the whole being on daytime thing. And then, I was starting to become really aware of body image, and that I didn't look like the typical actress, and I became aware of it because people would call my agent and say unkind things.
I want to talk about this body image so bad.
It's really.
Please tell me I don't want to swear, but because I'm going to get pissed off. I know it.
It's terrible.
I'm already getting pissed off even discussing.
It's terrible.
Okay, tell me what happened. Give me just a few stories.
Yeah, so I auditioned for a really popular nighttime soap opera in the 90s or whatever, the early 2000s. And they told my agent, like, send her back here when she's lost 20 pounds. Yeah. Like, straight out. They don't care. Or, I mean, they do now. I suppose they're not allowed to say stuff like that. But back then, they would just.
And what did that do to you?
Oh, it just kills you. It's just so. I remember. So I remember there was like this phase of the low-fat diet. Do you remember there was like a whole thing with fake cookies or baked things? I would go home and like be so upset, and I would eat an entire box of low-fat cookies. You know what I mean? Like it was just crushing. It's just really, it really is demoralizing. Especially because I love it. I love acting.
How old were you then? You were like in your
early 20s. Yeah, like really, 19, 20, 21.
Did you think you had to, at some point, not eat?
Yes, for sure.
And exercise like there's no tomorrow?
So that was the other hard thing, right? Like when I was a kid, and at school, I worked out a lot, right? You have PE every day. I really enjoyed being fit. I'm sort of an athletic person, and I like sports. I'm very competitive. And so any game, I'll sit there and kill myself playing a game until I'm like dripping in sweat and I'm passed out, win, lose, or like I just love to play. But working out at a gym was really hard for me at the beginning. I couldn't get on board for it. And so I struggled with that. And then things like this would happen, and it really did sort of manifest into like like trying not to eat, which would then lead to eating too much. When you finally give up and you can't control it, kind of a cycle. And and then of course, back then at Days, like I played a villain from the beginning, almost practically the beginning.
You played a villain?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sammy was up to no good.
Oh shit, we got to work together.
And so people hated me so much that when I used to get fan mail, like actual mail sent to the studio, a lot of it was nasty. A lot of it was really mean-spirited, like, not a lot of it.
Oh, like
why are you breaking up those? You're evil. I hate you, fat cow.
No.
Yeah, like all sorts of, and you'd open these letters and, oh my God, especially when I was young, that was really hard. It was really hard.
That's not cool.
I know.
And I just want to like grab somebody and just beat the hell out of them right now.
But I had such a nice cast of people
around me that's
who
great.
Like would say things like that, right? Like people would be really, there was the opposite side of it, and lots of fans who were the opposite, right? And I don't know what it is about our psyche that I can still remember like specific letters I opened when I was 17 that were unkind.
Because
right?
it hit you so hard, man.
But like 1,000 compliments, like you don't even.
Right, it's
you
that
can't-
one, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know what is that. People say that too. Now everyone's on social media, right? Like everyone has that experience. They know how we felt back then when like people would make that effort to put a stamp on a letter and send it, find out where the studio is and send it to you, like only to say something nasty. Like it requires real effort. But I do feel like it's weird now that lots of other people are experiencing on social media sort of what we have always had to deal with. And so I'm a lot more, I came at social media with a lot more standoffishness. I was a lot more careful about it than these kids today.
But aren't you lucky that you didn't have social media back then?
God, yes.
You'd have been
crushed.
I mean, we had those letters, like you're saying.
But that's you can choose not to read them, or they keep them in a box, and then you have the one. And I mean, you can really.
Yeah, but can you imagine?
You can distance it, but yeah, it's totally different now.
So, but isn't it amazing that you've gotten back at all those
haters?
Those haters.
Yeah.
And it feels so good.
Yeah.
To be loved so bad.
It is. It is. So
I mean,
great.
You got The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you something about that show.
Okay.
I do things in my life since the beginning of my first nervous breakdown. I knew there was a reason for me to do what I do in mental health. Whether it was God telling me, I think it was, that you got to do this, you got to talk, you got to talk. And I was told not to talk, and then I talked, and then it made a difference.
Yeah.
The Biggest Loser is that kind of show. I'm even getting emotional talking about it right now, but you would watch it, and it would move you.
Yeah.
Because people's triumph.
Right.
When they're down.
I know.
And you did the same thing. And then you end up doing a show.
About that.
This is just coming to me now. I didn't even think about that.
I never sort of made a comparison
right?
either.
Now here you're doing a show who's helping all these people go through what, you went through. And I used to watch it every week, man. And it was a beautiful show. How'd that happen? How'd you get it?
So I had done another reality show for the producers of The Biggest Loser and developed a relationship with them through that. And they just approached me sort of out of the blue. At that point, I was learning how to work out, and I kind of made this big transformation in my own life and my own health. And for me, just so that there's like a button to that story, I taught myself that it wasn't about the end result. I had to stop thinking about a number on a scale, ironically, given Biggest Loser, but I had to stop thinking about a number on a scale or like being skinny as a end, and that I was failing every day because I wasn't that. And I had to start deciding, like, to make healthy, I wanted to be healthy, and I wanted to do fun things, and I wanted to be fit enough to do the things that I wanted to do. And when I started looking at it like that and being positive about achieving something, every day was a success. Now, every time I choose a healthy meal, I'm winning. I'm doing it. And so, sure, once my daughter made chocolate chip cookies yesterday. Did I have one? Yeah. But you know what? Like, that's okay. I had a salad for lunch today. I had, every time you make a healthy choice, you're still ahead of the game. And it just completely shifted my mentality, and that really shifted my weight. And then choosing to go to the gym and liking things at the gym that challenge me, finding out what I respond to, really helped me. And so I found things about it. And you mentioned it before we started rolling, but I feel the same way about my health journey. That like when I talk about my fitness, and I post videos and like photos of me on the spin bike or when I'm on a hike, because it motivates me. Like, they're my champions, all the fans who respond to it, and they say like, thanks, you gave me they motivate me to stay fit and to stay healthy and to do it too. And I feel responsible that I want to do my part, and they lift me up and I lift them up. And so it really does become a positive mutual support system. And when I started looking at that, it made a huge change in my life. And so all that is to say, I had this relationship with the producers from another show. And one day I was at the gym, and while I was in class at Barry's boot camp, I came out and there was a message on my phone from the producer like, "Hey, would you be interested in hosting The Biggest Loser?" And I was like, I almost dropped the phone. I couldn't believe it.
That's amazing.
And then the double whammy is that I went to Ken Corday and I told him about this opportunity, and he allowed me to do both at the same time.
That's
I got
the best,
to work at Days and be on The Biggest Loser, and I mean, I couldn't believe it. What an incredible opportunity for me, and I was just so grateful. And
I like Ken a lot.
yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a cool dude.
Such a great guy.
You know, a lot of people don't know on soap operas, they don't let you really do other things. And my producer, it's one thing he's been great with is me to do a movie or this or that.
I love Frank.
Yeah, Frank's cool. I'll kick his ass. So, anyway.
You know, he invited me to come and direct at GH.
Oh yeah, shoot! I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, like
I
Frank
saw you
is
there
a
one
good
day.
guy.
I said, yes,
Yeah.
there she is. Your husband.
My husband's a great guy.
What? He's a
California Highway Patrol.
I respect.
Thank you.
Enormous.
Thank
enormous.
you so much. That means a lot.
What you guys do something every year? Just explain that, please.
Okay.
I need to know that.
So we celebrate our anniversary, obviously. And we have, I don't know if it's just us as a couple, or I don't know, maybe you and Paula do this too, but we have this thing where we pat each other we pat ourselves on the back a lot about like, we're really good parents right now. Like whenever we
Right.
feel like we nailed it about something with our kids, we're like, you're on fire today. Like, good for you. Like we do a lot of positive reinforcement. But but one night every year on our anniversary, we give each other like one thing to work on, and there's no like, you can't get mad about it, and you can't be like, what are you even talking? There's no, you can't be defensive. It's just the opportunity to say one thing that like has been in your mind of, hey, this thing you do really bothers me. Would you mind work on it or whatever? So we have like we give ourselves the one day to sort of have the thing, and then.
Wow.
And it's
Do
really
you grade
productive.
each other like an A, B, C?
No, it's more like
Because I would get like D.
no. I'm sure that's not true. But we just sort of have a employee analysis, right? Like a job review.
Right.
And we just allow it to be, and of course it's mostly positive, but there's the opportunity to sort of like room for improvement in this area.
That's that's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
I would be just nervous and scared that it wouldn't go well for me. So
well, that's the other rule, is it can't be a pile-on. It can't be like 9 things I've been saving up all year to complain about. It's one thing. And you just pick like, oftentimes it's something stupid, like you never put the cap back on the toothpaste. And I'm like, that isn't a big deal. And he's like, no, that's the thing. That's what we agreed on. It's just a thing. Just put it on the toothpaste. You know, it dries out. It's disgusting. I don't like it.
That's amazing.
You know,
I think it's beautiful. I really do.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not going to do it, but I think it's
right.
I think
But
it's
it works.
fantastic. 2 things before we wrap it up, although this has been
Oh my God, I have so much more to say.
This might be a tough one, okay?
Okay.
Not for you, but for me.
Oh, okay.
So you're the ambassador for Stand Up to Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about that.
Well, first of all, Stand Up to Cancer is an amazing organization. I don't know how much you know about their work, but the phenomenal concept of the mission statement is that their job, and you've probably dealt enough with the medical system to discover that it used to be, certainly more now than now, but like a bunch of different people in different specialties, and they're really good at their thing, but they would never talk. So, for example, my uncle, when he was in the hospital many years ago, he had like a heart guy, and then there was the blood guy, and then there's the guy for his Parkinson's, and then there's like blah blah blah. But none of them, they would all show up separately in his hospital room, and they would all prescribe whatever they thought was necessary, and like literally there was no cohesion, there was no collaboration of like, we're all working together, let's talk about it, right? So these genius women, Hollywood producers, sort of were like, is that really the best way to cure cancer? Like a bunch of experts who never collaborate. And they came up with the idea of this dream team concept where they were funding research where all these experts would come together, these specialties and different departments, and work together as a team to solve the problems. And as a result, they have made huge strides in cancer research, in development. They also really work with the patients and their families and help provide funding for whatever their needs are. So they're very comprehensive, but really their mission was to create these dream team doctor collaborations and get people from the 5th floor to talk to someone on the 2nd floor, and that person on the 2nd floor actually has a really good idea that might help the guy. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
It sounds natural when you say it, but that isn't how it went for a long time, and now it is.
Wow.
So they're amazing.
Yeah, I mean, my dad right now is going through, and it's tough stuff, you know, and it's, you know, it's what it is.
But what they know is they're figuring it out, and you should come and be a part of our telethons when we do them again, and tell your story, and hopefully, you know, we're making huge leaps every year.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think didn't Patrick Swayze have didn't he have pancreatic cancer?
Yeah.
And they're figuring it out. They're getting there.
That's good. At least there's
amazing.
some hope.
There's hope. There's hope.
I mean, my dad has Alzheimer's. That is what it is. That slowly has been coming.
Right.
That's
a really hard thing too. How long has he been?
Well, you know, I did the show when I started the storyline on. I can't talk right now. When I started the storyline on General Hospital, towards the end, from the middle to the end, my dad got Alzheimer's at the same time.
And when was that?
2 years ago.
Okay.
2.5 years ago. And you know, what was amazing was that he already looked. Max Gale looks like my dad.
Oh.
They dressed him like my dad. I used to touch Max, and it was my dad.
Oh my God.
Because the texture of the jacket was his jacket, the same color, and a hat that my dad wears. They didn't copy him. They just happened to be like that. So when I did this story, it was just not acting. It was just living, and it made it easy, but it was just, you know, art imitating life.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna piggyback off that and tell you, so you know you're not alone. The kid who plays my son at Days, his name is Chandler, and he played Will for many years. And I don't know if it was because he was like, he's older than my son, but for some reason, and I had a kid on the show before I had a kid in real life, and I think partially it's the character, but I have such an attachment to this actor that like I can't even I can't even rehearse scenes with him before the tears. Like I we do these storylines, and I'm like, you must think I'm insane the way that I like. I'm so emotionally attached to this kid, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm such a nut job, but like, but you're amazing, and you're a good person too. But I just have these feelings that are so tied in with my feelings for my son, and like, it's
a trip, right?
Yeah, it's a trip.
And you know, I would do scenes every day with a knot in my.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like I always say that when I was young, not only when I was younger, but for like a long time. I would do all these big scenes to win an Emmy. That's what I did it for.
And then you did.
Well, yeah, eventually, right? But that's how I would act.
Right.
The thing you have to know as an actor is not to do that.
Yeah.
Just play the moments as they come. Don't overdo anything.
right.
That's what I've learned.
Right.
Not to get into acting, but so let's
Good tip.
let's get into your movie.
Okay.
I had to write this one. You do a lot of Hallmark,
Yes.
but you're a big shot because you produce, you like executive produce these things.
Yes.
And you work. I'm sorry that you have to work with Cameron Matheson, but I'm sure that
I trained him up for you. I got him all ready for you.
he's gonna come to GH, General Hospital.
I had to warn him. I was all, it's a lot more dialogue every day than what we're doing right now. And he's like, oh yeah, I know, I remember. I'm like, no. It is not like it was 15 years ago on All My Children. Like, we're doing a lot more now. And he was.
But not when I like 10 years ago on GH. It was sickening, the dialogue that I would and all these actors would have. It was now there's like a couple. It's not that bad.
I noticed that too. It's like shorter scenes.
Yes.
Or something, right? We're doing that too.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it too. But I'll be honest with you, it's not as good, man. I mean, you
like
want
the longer,
you need
meaty,
a beginning, middle, and end of something cool.
Yeah.
8 pages of, and it's harder, but
Yeah, it's something to discover. I hear you.
So you are doing a movie called Sweet Revenge, a Hannah Swenson mystery.
I just love that you said it. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, I'm just reading it. It's great.
Sweet Revenge.
I didn't have to memorize that.
That's right.
And with Barbara Niven.
Mm-hmm.
And it premieres tonight at 9 p.m. Tonight at 9 p.m. You're going to watch State of Mind in the morning. And you're going to watch this movie on the Hallmark
Movies and Mysteries.
Movies and Mystery.
Nailed it.
That was all right. Oh my God. All right, so I'm going to end this by saying, I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous to begin this one, and I don't get nervous that much anymore.
Why? What was the? Can we talk?
I'll tell you why
I'll
tell you why I got nervous.
Oh, and then also, how do you get through your nerves when you have them?
That, yeah, because I used to be really bad at. I'm always nervous.
I'm fascinated.
Okay, I'm tell you, even, auditions nervous, but I have the preparation is strong and my acting is strong to overpower the nerves most of the time, but not all the time. One thing that has happened to me lately, which is a beautiful thing, when I got through this last pandemic thing with the problem that I had, for some reason, I stopped caring what people think. Woo! Let me tell you.
That's a freeing feeling.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where you
shit.
stand there. Because I think, like my son, who's an actor,
Yeah.
he don't care what people, my wife the same way. I'm the opposite. I always cared too much. But in a way, that's good for me because I have such a big ego that it humbled me, right? Because if I didn't care what people think with a big ego, I'd be in big trouble, right?
And we're actors. Of course we care what people think. I don't know. I feel like that's endemic to the job, is that if I'm thinking about how it's going to come across to other people while I'm doing it, it's a disaster. But I need to get feedback. I need to know from people. Not everybody. But there's certain.
But there's levels.
But there's certain people whose opinion really matters to me, and when I trust them or I respect them or I think they have a good eye for quality, and it really and then that really matters to me.
Yeah, but see, the problem that I had, everything that I've been through, 3 nervous breakdowns,
it's a lot.
Getting off planes, anxiety, this and this, that, it's always had to do with caring about what people are going to think now.
Oh.
So I had
that just doubles the anxiety.
Doubles. So I did a film that I produced. I had 500 people came to the thing. It was big. I went through major depression for 3 weeks. Literally the worst depression of my life. Why? Because I'm thinking they hate the movie. I'm thinking they didn't like my. And you would think I don't have that,
right.
But I have it. I had it in spades.
And you think this stuff was making it worse?
No, no, I just think something happened when you go through hell and you get through it and you don't think you can, you think you're not going to get through it, and you get through it, it gives you a certain, it's like God saying, here's your second chance now.
Yeah. Right.
And now you're gonna. I've given you a lot of chances, Maurice.
Right.
Don't fuck it up now.
Right.
So when I woke up in the morning after taking my Lexapro, I had this. I was like this on my bed, going, I feel like this is heaven.
Yeah.
And after that, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But with you, back to the point why I was a little nervous.
Right.
And I'm not, I'm not gonna bullshit you, because to me you're a very strong woman, and I get a little intimidated with strong women. Not a lot anymore. If this were a year ago, I would have probably not be able to do this interview, or at least not do it well.
No way.
No, seriously. So you're a strong woman. Got a little intimidated in the beginning, and then it went away. But that's the truth. That's the truth. So thank you for being on State of Mind.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
This has been like a therapy session.
I know. I feel like I really could have this conversation with you every week. I really
enjoyed
enjoyed it.
Great.
You're awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.